T&E Magazine presents Exum Music with your host, Lawon Exum. Produced by the Music Messenger Productions. Our show features artists, musicians, composers, producers, audio engineers, educators, and everything music. We cover in-depth interviews with a fresh perspective from up-and-coming to established minorities in the industry. Please visit tnemagazine.com to subscribe. Enter promo code EXUMMUSIC to receive 30% off your subscription. Enjoy the show.
You are listening to Lawon Exum with Exum Music, where everything is music.
I'm Stevie Notes.
I'm Erick Walls,
and
we
we're
are
Black Waat3r.
Waat3r. We just had an amazing interview here at the T&E Magazine headquarters. A little bit of what we talked about is our history, some of the things we have coming up. So you definitely want to check it out, and also check out our performance here at the T&E Magazine headquarters. Amazing.
We are sitting here with these two gentlemen. I'm just trying to figure out, first of all, are we having a fashion meeting or what? Because their music is outstanding. So can you please let my audience know who you are and what you are about with your music?
Oh, man. I'm Erick Walls.
I'm Stevie Notes.
And we're
Black Waat3r.
Black Waat3r.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about Black Waat3r. I mean, they need to know. They don't need to splash in Black Waat3r. What? Tell me.
Okay, so Black Waat3r is a band consisted of our music sounds somewhat like a blend of soul and rock, and a really deep blend and understanding of both, and great musicianship. He's one of the most like awesome guitar players there is, and I try to do my damnedest in singing. So we put it together, and there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
What was some of you guys' musical inspirations?
I mean, we both have deep musical backgrounds, history out both of our families.
Our families,
in
the music industry,
in the music business. Yeah. So we've been exposed to so much, and it kind of comes out in our music. I mean, we've both been around, some of the soul singers, the gospel stuff, some of the rock stuff. So, when we put it all together,
it comes out that way. We grew up in church. So growing up in church, my father, my mother, and my uncles are pastors, and his father was a pastor as well. So we got that deep down singing.
It's in our DNA.
It's in our DNA. And my mother's also was a singer, and my father was a songwriter. So they sang in the '70s, and had a group back then, some soul music. So
we're talking about a little bit of funk here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of...
Yeah.
You can dig it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can dig it. I can dig it. So, can you tell us can you tell us about some of your music and some of your jams that you have out right now?
Well, we dropped back in September an EP with about 5 tunes on it, and you'll find it's kind of a mashup of kind of what we do. We have a song called "Follow" that's more on the slower side, more melody-driven, kind of popish, and then we have some more hardcore stuff, "Sweet Nothings," "Water for Fire." And we've been at this for a few years now, but we're just now really getting it rolling and everything. So I mean, if you go on iTunes, all the music retailers, Spotify, Apple Music, you can find that. You can check us out there.
Yeah, we really have like a different kind of fusion to our music. It's like eclectic. It's got a lot of different things that you can look for. And I mean, I think we didn't really purposely do that, but that's just how it naturally came. And we, once we decided to, get that, start finding out what our nucleus was, it started becoming easy for us to fuse this different types of music together. So you catch that in there, and you can get a little bit of everything from that. From the album.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like a rock with a splash of funk, with a splash of soul. Like,
it's all connected. I think we kind of branded new blues. I mean, it's all blues based, and we know, the blues is the cousin of gospel, so that's where it all starts. The original American music. So we're just continuing the tradition of, that, you know, people that look like us made it originally, so we're just keeping it going and bringing it into 2018.
Yeah.
Just making it current.
Yeah,
so,
and doing our version of it.
Doing our version of
So, yeah.
So, what keeps you guys going? Like, I mean, because this industry is hard. You know it, grinding every day.
Yeah.
So, what keeps you like, you know what, we're going to keep on doing music. I know it's in your DNA, but, sometimes you be like, you know what, I don't want to do it no more. You have to.
Well, we love what we do.
Right.
We love what we do, and we've been doing it so long. It's just, it's just a part of it. It's an extension of us. At this point, we don't have any choice. We were talking about that. We don't have any choice. We can never stop.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like,
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the songs as well and the value of the songs. Because I can say for myself, I know that there's been songs that like got me through a situation. So if we can inspire somebody else to get through their day or be happy or be, or reflect even, or even, just get their mind off of what's going on, that makes our day as well. So, that definitely keeps us going and inspires us to get it going.
So, since it is the two of you, what is the process that you all do to make us this good music?
Go ahead, man.
I think every time is different. Sometimes, he'll come to me totally with something and it'll be like basically thought out. And then sometimes I come to the table with it. So, just we come with it, we think of it up, the ideas and stuff, and just on the fly. And it really kind of like
forms organically.
Yeah, it forms organically.
Right,
Most of it is like, hey, let's just hang out because it's gonna come.
Well, the cool thing, we grew up listening to a lot of the same stuff, so our tastes are very similar, and so we're just kind of able to bounce ideas off of each other, and like that's it, and it just comes together organically.
Yeah, especially when you can agree on certain levels of good music. I mean, of what we think we like the most,
Absolutely.
And then we throw that kind of stuff in there, and then we throw it and we push it and push each other, and then we go from there.
You have each other's back.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
musically.
Yeah, I like that. So, what obstacles can you tell us that you may have encountered that you can say, this is how we got through it? Because I know this industry can really punch you down. So what obstacles can you tell us that you went through, and how did you get through it? How did you get through it?
I mean, we're forever optimistic. Sometimes things don't necessarily go as we, would like them to, but we know at the end of the day what we do affects people. It has a positive effect on people. Every time we go play, every time people see us or aware of what we do, we get, it's kind of the comments are the same, like, oh my God, that is truly something unique and special. So that just keeps us driven, and if that be the thing that's driving us, like I said, we don't ever let disappointments and stuff kind of get to us, because we know it's something that the world needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, there's another thing about obstacles. Well, like I noticed, like we did a show last night, and we did live. And we did this live show. And we had the drummer, and the drummer didn't have a stool. They took the stool and were trying to fix it or something. And I'm telling you, literally every show from the beginning, the first show we ever did, is usually kind of something. So it's like up to you to kind of just be focused and be ready to go, because you are doing a service and you're giving people something that like they can take home with them, and they can be, and for us, they can be proud of. Because a lot of people come up to me, I've seen a lot of people, of my own color, my own race, come up to me and say, I did not expect that. I didn't expect you. I thought you guys were gonna rap or something.
Exactly.
And that's cool, not knocking any of that, but it is refreshing for some people to see people, do some things out of bounds that they're not really used to them seeing, especially nowadays.
Yeah, speaking of nowadays, with this digital and social media, do you think it's changed the game for you all, or it's better?
Well, in terms of the music businesses, we've both been in it for a long time. It's definitely changed things, but I truly believe, the world's just become a smaller place because of it. So we're utilizing these modern tools to spread our message even further than it might have been possible in years gone by. So this is a good time, I think, than ever before to be in music, because we need the platforms are greater. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's absolutely changed. The game has absolutely changed, but there are things about the old days, you know, things kind of cyclical. Like if you look back when they were doing records back in the day, it was kind of free market the same way. And then it changed to where people start making, where you have to do an album, and we want to listen to all the songs on the album, you know.
Exactly.
And that's and it came back. So now it's just an open free market again. And it's kind of like it weeds out those that aren't as diligent or aren't as consistent, because now you just got to really do some really good music for people to even catch it, for you
Pure in intent.
and exactly like you got to really love this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because otherwise, if you don't really love this, you know, you definitely, not the money, but the drive is going to go up and down if you don't have that love for it. So you definitely have to be, and it's kind of weeding them out with the technology, how it's just spread out like that. It's not like, oh, I got an album and it's the only album out this week.
Exactly.
You know what I
Plenty
mean?
of options, plenty of
Yeah.
options.
Yeah,
So-
because there's people coming out every day on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where's all these people coming from?
Yeah.
But if, like you said, some people want it for the fame,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I feel like social media is for that, for them to get for the fame. But when you really know that they love it, you can tell.
can tell.
That someone loves.
Yeah.
I could tell that y'all love what y'all do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah, we're committed for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
So, is there any type of dates or projects that you can tell us about that's coming up soon?
Hopefully we'll be later in the spring. We'll be doing some touring or whatnot. Right now we're just kind of piecing things together. And yeah, you know, we're always putting videos up and stuff, and just, you know, continue our flow of just content and stuff. But we're in the works right now of, you know, getting on the road and all that stuff.
Our strong suit. I mean, we have a couple of them, but one of our strong suits is that we can really change a cover and make it our own. Okay. So a lot of these songs we make, you'd be like, you'd say, wait, where did this song come from? What is it? Is it the same song? So I think we're definitely leaning to do sort of a project to make, you know, probably put out another EP that's looking like a cover CD, you know.
Right.
That way people can get a taste of that. You know, so a couple things in the works, you know.
Okay.
Got to keep some things mystery too.
Speaking of covers, Come Together by the Beatles. I see that a lot in different venues. Can you tell us about yours, and why does it seem like everybody's doing that?
Well, you know, I think it's just a testament to great songwriting. You know, that's a great song by a great band, the Beatles, you know, legendary. The beauty of music is, you know, everybody that possesses the gift of music, you know, possesses it in a unique way.
Yeah.
So, you know, even though, you know, you have Gary Clark and Aerosmith, all these other people that do the same song, you know, what makes ours unique is us. You know, at the end of the day, it has our footprint,
stamp on it.
our stamp on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we didn't write the song, so, you know, we're just interpreting in the
Our
way that,
way.
you know, our
Yeah.
way. So, you know, we're not worried.
No, exactly. You still can look at ours.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
you still can find
and it's
ours.
room for everybody. you
Yeah,
know, so,
definitely.
yeah.
And I think that goes to the thing I was talking about before, about how things come back around. Because if you look back in the day, people would cover each other so fast back then. It kind of slowed down for a second. Everybody's like, we want our own songs. But I remember we looked back at Come Together and we were like, man, we got to do this thing.
do it.
We had to do it. So it's almost relaxing to sing that song, because
it's
we do it because it's one of those like undeniable.
Right.
It's one of my favorites. So
It's definitely a crowd pleaser. People
Yeah.
love that too. So.
Okay. All right. So, who are some of the artists that you would love to work with, or producers, or even that?
You know, we've been very blessed and fortunate individually to work with a wide range of people already, you know, from, you know, Beyonce's to Michael Jackson himself, and Dave Matthews, Isley Brothers, Glenn Ballard, Glenn Campbell, Josh Groban, a lot of
Goo Goo
people.
Dolls.
So yeah, we've been
so-
at this for a minute, but you know, as we continue to grow, you know, just whatever makes sense, you know,
Right.
whatever opportunity that comes before us that we feel like we can grow from, we're for it, you know. So
where do you see yourselves, Black Waat3r, in 5 years?
Touring. We want to definitely be a touring band and just get around the people so we can be fully exposed to everybody. And just a working band, you know, like truthfully, I really would do this for peanuts if, you know, all my bills could be paid and all that stuff. But, you know, I really love doing this. I know Erick really truly loves doing this, and us together, we just want to be a working band and, you know, just influence the music as much as we can and kind of like put our stamp on it.
Yeah. Just having fun, living the music, you know.
So what advice would you tell someone like me or anybody out there if I wanted to start a band? I love music, I love singing, I'm going to do it. I just want to do it. What advice would you first tell them to do or have?
I mean, I say the first thing, you're going to have some consistency, and it's not going to be something that's going to be right there. And if it is, it won't. It's going to end like that too, most likely.
Exactly.
Because you need to have a foundation. You need to have something where you can build upon, and that's going to be the beginning of the key for whoever's going to start something. And you're going to have discipline and dedication towards whatever you're doing. So is, you know, that, I mean, and hopefully you got some talent to go with that. Right. I mean, but at the end of the day, you can drive yourself to work on becoming a better talent too, or even if you're just a mediocre talent. Right. You can drive yourself to find out the best things you can find of your talent, and then go from there. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just, you know, be true to yourself, put in the work, you know, invest in yourself, and you'll get the return. You know?
Oh, yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said about training your vocals, I had a previous interview with a vocal coach, Lydia Johnson, and she said the same thing, that you have to train, be consistent. Can you tell us something about how you all keep being consistent and training for your vocals and music?
It's a daily thing, and it's sacrifice too. You can't find yourself not being diligent about your singing and in a place where you're just complacent, like I made it, or I'm here, or I sound good. You have to always push yourself to stretch and even stretch when you're coming up with creative ideas, because those are going to lead to you stretching your voice in different ways that you hadn't before as well. Like singing a song that's higher and pushing, you know, like sometimes like last night, there's this song that I sing, and usually I sing this one part in falsetto all night, you know, I just to be careful, you know, and some nights I'll push it and I won't sing it false, I'll sing it full voice so that it'll be like a workout. Yeah. So it's true, it's totally a workout, and sometimes you got to test yourself and push yourself, because you'll forget to push if you get a pat on the back, you know? So you got to failure, yeah.
To failure, yeah. Believe in the hype. So yeah, you always, you know, just put in the work, push yourself, strive for greatness. You know, whatever you deem great, you know, just keep trying to reach for the next level.
Turn it up, so, keep turning it up and pushing it.
Going higher and higher.
That's it. Exactly. That's it. Totally.
Yeah. Now, off the grid, I have to say, y'all fashion is killing me. It is.
Oh man, thank you.
You got your bow tie.
No.
Yeah. You got your pizzazz. You got your pizzazz going on.
You got the hat. You got. I mean, come on. Who are your? I mean, fashion inspirations. Look at you all. I'm serious. I mean, like y'all telling me, like I gotta get myself together. I'm serious.
No, you know, we're both fashion conscious. You know, we always, you know, we're very much city kids, so we grew up, you know, in the era of, you know, Jordans and all that stuff. Yeah. So, you know, we always, what's fresh? What's fresh?
What's
new?
always looking at each other, what you got on, kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, we grew up. I think our styles are eclectic in the music, and it shows in the clothing and in the way we do most of everything that we do. So, yeah.
You might not want to tell me, but I mean, like, where do you shop? Like, where do you get your fashion ideas? Do you go to, like, you know, where?
I mean, you know, it's in L.A. Being that we're both in L.A. It's no shortage of spots.
There's a lot of gyms out there.
There's a lot of gyms. So I mean, it's, you know, I go from thrift stores, vintage stores,
yeah.
to high end, everything in between. I'm all about trying to get the deal and trying to get something that nobody else has.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
there's a couple spots. Wasteland on Melrose and
yeah.
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
That's a
There's also one in
Buffalo
Ventura. Yeah.
Exchange.
yeah, you know, those type of shops
spots like
and,
that.
You know, there's a couple of sneaker shops in
Can't
LA.
tell it all.
Yeah,
I know, no,
You know, they sitting there like, you trying to
Look, I'm like,
pull it out of me. I'm like,
wait a minute,
go
don't
ahead,
let
Erick.
everybody be dressing like us. So
No, it's all
okay.
good. No, but it's just like the music. People can try to go
Try.
where we go, but it's gonna be unique
It's
to
gonna
us
be
because
unique anyway.
it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's coming from our sensibilities.
yeah.
So,
And we
yeah.
still put it together at the end of the day the way we want to do it.
We give up the names.
Good. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, no, where did you all meet? Where did you two meet each other?
We worked with each other through a couple of churches and a couple of we had been around each other in the same circles doing music.
Okay.
Like he was playing for Tony Braxton, playing for a couple other people. I did background with a couple of different people, and we had also a mutual friend that had put us together, and he basically told us, he was like, you guys need to like really link up and do something. We're like, okay. So he came by the studio a couple times. We instantly wrote a song that first day. And I think we hit it off from there. I think a lot of the other studio sessions that we kind of had musical conversations where I would just start playing stuff, and he'd be like, "Oh, but did you hear this one?" I was like, "Oh, this is my favorite," you know. And then it just kept happening like that. And then it was like, "Oh, we speaking the same language," you know. We spent like 45 minutes going through a whole bunch of Queen records one time, you know, like, and just, you know, it was like, man. That's a different, you know, conversation I'm gonna have with certain drummers or bass players. We're not gonna, you know. So I mean, with different people all together. So, yeah, we hit it off right then. So, yeah.
So going into like how your music is, how do you feel like as a band will be inspiring for people? Because you know what, you're like the outcast of blues. Can you tell us how that can be, you know? Inspiring somebody to be, you know.
Absolutely. Well, you know, with our sound being what it is, and, you know, you look at similar type of artists that don't necessarily look like us, you know, the one thing that, you know, that I get quite a bit is, you know, oh, I didn't know that, you know, be little brown boys. You know, I didn't know that, you know, did you get, and, you know, I think is, the other component to what we do is kind of like, you know, is an educational, like, we kind of started this stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, go do your research. But we're just, you know, we're allowing people to, you know, think outside of the box.
Yeah.
You know.
And expand yourselves. You know, it's important to expand yourself in music, especially if you want to be an artist. It's important to not try to be something that's already out there.
Exactly.
Because if you trying to be something that's already out there, you probably already losing. Because even if you get there, if you get somewhere, you're gonna be second to that. I mean, even though we all kind of borrow, you know, collectively, I think that it's important for our music is important to push people to get out of the box and, you know, find their true self, because that's a really important thing.
I think what you said is true self, really. Finding your own identity. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but, I mean, if I saw you, I would never think that you all would be playing the type of music that you do. No, seriously. Like you said, I would think, oh, they rappers, you know. You catching people off guard with your music.
Yeah,
and I think that's good.
We've heard a lot of different comments. Like, I heard somebody say one time, do you guys really like playing this music? And I was like, what? Like, well, you know, you think he would pick up a guitar to be, you know, playing slow jams? I mean, it's cool, but it's, you know, it's what's wrong with, you know, us venturing out? And I think I think there's other artists that I've seen that have definitely inspired me to even be who I am, to be out the box. 'Cause I was like, okay, I can do this because I saw it. I saw it in front of me. So it's good to, you know, definitely, you know, show them that. I mean, like, there's artists that I've seen before, like there's one band I saw when I was younger. They're called Wild Bunch.
Okay.
And totally just different. Had the horns up there, and they just like sliding the Family Stone with a rapper up there. you know, and other bands like, you know, even Fishbone or Gary Clark Jr., those kind of guys, they inspire us all the time. So, and it just keeps going round and round,
Right.
you know, so it's important. If anything, if people can get anything from our music, that's what we want to get.
Absolutely.
We want them to get out of the box and be yourself, you know.
You don't have to fit into the mold.
Right.
So.
But really do their homework. You know,
Yeah.
we say,
Oh,
You
definitely,
know,
definitely.
if you know where you've come from, if you know where things have been, you're much more prone to just go for it. You know, you're not limited.
It becomes inspiration.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
oh, well, if it's been done like that before, I can,
put you all's twist into
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Because y'all putting y'all twist into it with a
that's-
splash. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
So who are some of your influences? Blues. I can tell that you have a lot of blues background.
Well, we definitely, like I said, with the gospel and the blues stuff, they're cousins, they're
Very
first
similar,
cousins.
yeah.
So we do a cover of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who we do a song called "Up Above My Head," and for those who don't know, she had what's considered the first rock and roll record ever. She was Johnny Cash's favorite artist, but she started in the Church of God in Christ with the founder. You know what I mean? So, we are very much students of that. Muddy Waters, Sonny Boy Williams, that type of stuff, and on to some of the more modern BB Kings, the ones everybody
Chuck
knows,
Berry's.
Chuck Berry's and all that type of stuff. So yeah.
And even a lot of the, I mean, like I said, I get inspired by a lot of different stuff like Led Zeppelins and Goo Goo Dolls from Now and Coldplay, just different kind of writing and different U2 inspired, certain In Excess. There's so many bands, man. It's unbelievable. And you can hear that influence of the blues once you go back to listening to, like he said, Rosetta Tharpe, and you listen to Muddy Waters, and you really listen to it, Howlin' Wolf. You listen to guys like that, and you really get to see where this stuff is coming from. It's not just, it wasn't just like, oh, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So where can our fans see or on social media get in contact with you all to hear your music?
You can check us out on blackwater.com. That's spelled BLACKWAAT3R.com. All of our handles are spelled that same way. IG is at Blackwater.
Twitter.
You can get the music from there. Then it'll send you right to the music as well. So, yeah, our Instagram and our Twitter is the same, and our Facebook's the same. So, yeah.
So I love the way that you spell your name. How did y'all come up with that, Blackwater?
Erick was the first. As soon as I told Erick, as soon as I spelled it out for Erick the way, he was like, "What's
Right.
I just thought that it's a certain eclectic way of writing the name, and it's got some mystery behind that as well. And I feel like some things are for us, and it can be up to anybody's interpretation of what they believe is, it is. So, but that's really what it is, something mysterious.
Yeah.
But not a military outfit. So.
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, no. Did you know that's a military that's a special ops group called Blackwater? We had no idea till we Googled it to start looking for, and that's another good thing. It got us to kind of separate from the exact look, but we wouldn't be the first band to have a name that was kind of named after a
We're
movie.
defenders of the music, though.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because it was different. I liked it. I was like, Blackwater.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the way it's spelled. I like the way it's spelled, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Stevie Notes.
I'm Erick Walls,
And we are Blackwater.
here on T&E Magazine with Exum Music.
Subscribers, please don't forget to use the promo code Exum Music, where you'll get 30% off your subscription. Thank you. Exum out.